or functional MRIs. And so this depicts a little bit better for you what happens when a child sees adult pornography. When they see this image, the mirror neuron the mirror neurons that are in their brain will convince them that they are actually experiencing what they're seeing. And this is why the presence of adult pornography so ubiquitously on the internet harms children.
This is what these people don't seem to get. Part of childhood is the process of growing up. You get about 20 years to develop into the person you're going to be as a fully grown adult. Society is a little bit cushioned for you, it's a little bit safer, but gradually more and more the blinders start to come off and you're given more and more responsibility and more control over your life as you show that you have the responsibility to appreciate it. They don't ever, when they make these comments like this, they don't ever seem to look at children as growing up. They seem to look at children as being perpetually childlike, and that this perpetual childhood will carry over eternally into their adult self and their adult persona. Part of growing up is learning to tell the difference between what's real and what's make-believe, is learning to see things you find unsettling and deal with them. You know, a lot of kids, for example, will see a movie like Jaws and they'll be afraid to go in the bathtub or go in the swimming pool and that kind of thing. I saw Jaws, it didn't bother me. I saw The Terminator, it didn't bother me. I was very young when I saw those things, it didn't bother me. What bothered me one time, I happened to see Pink Floyd The Wall, and there were some things, about 8 years old, and there were some things in that movie that I was not ready to deal with. I knew I wasn't ready to deal with it then, but out of kind of morbid fascination, I kept watching, and there were some very scary things in there, really scary things. You know, the idea of this kid who might have this terminal illness and he's trying to find out from his mother what's going on, and his mother just ignores him, and when she's not ignoring him, she smothers him in this, you know, almost psychotic, codependent, you know, attitude and treatment and everything. And having had a lot of support from my parents and that kind of thing, the idea of, you know, the father dies and the mother compensates by smothering the child or alternately being distant, that really bothered me. And that was really weird and really difficult for me to comprehend. But I had to learn that that was just a movie, that those were just actors that had been scripted, they were acting it all out, and that while there were other people out there whose lives might be a lot like that, my life was not like that, and my parents weren't like that. And that was what I had to learn, and I had to grow up and understand that and learn to realize it. And my parents were the kind of parents who explained those things to me and helped me understand those things, rather than writing angry letters to whatever production studio made that movie. How dare you!
Get in any trouble. Why do you ever have to leave me? Your honor, let me take him home.
I like to put it into a very easy equation. Mirror neurons plus immature prefrontal cortex equals dysfunction. And that's one of the things for us to be thinking about when we think about children. But you know, marketers know this. They market what we would consider to be almost soft porn. Here's Calvin Klein, who's marketing blue jeans to children, but you can see that this very free, normal, legal type of marketing depicts the type of things that I was just talking about. Certainly sexual encounters with no relationship. In addition, when we think about the fact that pornography doesn't ever depict safe sex, we can...
Wait a minute, say that last bit again.
Think about the fact that pornography doesn't ever depict safe sex, we can...
Okay, say it again.
Think about the fact that pornography doesn't ever depict safe sex. We can
Okay, one more time.
think about the fact that pornography doesn't ever depict safe sex. We can
A simple Google search of the phrase porn with condoms brought me to a site called used-condoms-fetish.com. And incidentally, the tagline on that site is "Cum hungry sex pigs eat cum from used condoms." It's a gay site referring the interaction they're referring to there only involves men. Yet that sounds strangely like the kind of comment that Gail Dines would suggest is only levied at women for the sake of reinforcing the patriarchy. Anyway, that is complete and utter bullshit. Yes, there is a great deal of bareback pornography out there, but there is just as much, if not more, and yeah, I'm guessing on the statistics, but there is lots and lots of porn that depicts using condoms. If you if you needed a historical context for that comment or for that fact, you could look at in 2006. The famed porn director Shishi LaRue resigned from his position with Vivid because, as an act of protest, because Vivid had abandoned its condoms-only policy, instead leaving it up to the performers in the film. But up until then, they'd had a strict condoms-only policy. It's amazing with these people. The slightest amount of research will prove them completely wrong. And I have to wonder if the reason they're able to run unopposed like this is because too many people are afraid to actually research the claims they make. She actually said that porn doesn't ever show people engaging in safe sex. That is unreal.